do the crocodile hunter justice, but that's okay because we're not doing an outdoor mockumentary, we're doing an indoor one of domesticated animals. For example, the direct descendant of the wolf over here, the ferocious Gigi. Yay! Oh my gosh! Doesn't that just send chills down your spine? Okay, now, let's get to the real animals, the exotic ones. Come on kids, follow me! Alright, so first things first, we have a desert dweller. Actually, we have two, but first I'm going to show you the nice one. So, behold the yellow spotted lizard. Just kidding, that's from Disney's Holes. But actually, these creatures were from that movie. This is called a bearded dragon. They are native to Australia, and they live in the desert. And in order to keep them in captivity, you kind of have to emulate the desert. So we have here a UVB light. It's basically sunlight. And it gives them calcium. This one is their heat lamp and basking lamp. It gets this hot. It's a very, very, very hot. Actually, you can see that his temperature gauge is at 85. No, 90. Sorry, that's 90. So that's actually really a pretty good temperature for them. And that basking light also has UVB rays, so it can soak up and then get as much calcium as they need. And I'll demonstrate in the feeding later what you have to do to their food. But first we'll handle him, because if you feed him before handling, he'll get crazy. Hello, Jax. So this is Jax. He's our little guy. He's a little sweetheart. And in the movie Holes, they're demonstrated as these vicious, aggressive, and poisonous creatures. But look at how dumb he is. This thing cannot hurt a fly. Well, he could. Look at you. So yes, creatures in captivity are often very, very calm and tame. Not much bothers him. You can just do anything to him and he's cool. And he's my little guy. He's like a little puppy dog. Big for the camera. Alright, ready to be fed? Let's see you run. Let's see you run around. So if you actually notice here, he has a little kink in his tail from his previous owner. Didn't really give him the right calcium supplement, so he had MBD for a while, which is metabolic bone disease, which is what happens when a bearded dragon isn't given enough calcium. So he has a little kink in his tail, but it doesn't really bother him much. Yeah, there you go. He's not the most coordinated on a wooden floor, but that's okay. He just looked at me like, bitch. Like, yes, I am. So look at this guy. He's very orange in his little face. His little chinny chin chin. He's got this lovely little beard. Hence their name, the Bearded Dragon. And he's on my hat. Does he look alike? I don't know. But anyway, so enough about Jax. We're going to go to the one. We're going to go to a different one. And he is not like Jax at all. Actually, we kind of have to put Jax back in order for this to work out. Alright, so next, we're going to feed Joker here since he didn't really want to be handled, and that's okay. Every dog has his day, as they all say, don't they? Alright. So notice here, we have different tweezers for different folks. We've got one that says Joker, one that's going to say Jax for this guy who desperately wants attention again. It's okay, hold on, wait your turn. So what we do is we feed them little mealworms, like this thing. Ugh. But what you want to do with it is you want to drop it in these little glass first, and I'll show you why. Oh, I gotta get a few. Get like 3. I need some for Jax too. Sometimes Jax doesn't always eat in front of the camera. So what I do here is I put them in this glass first, and then I have this calcium supplement. Let me spray it in there. You shake them around, and there's some calcium dust left over. I just spray that, but I put the liquid on first to make it stick. So this guy loves this. He absolutely loves this shit. Oh, yeah. Just love it, huh? He's like, oh my gosh, worms. Oh no! No! Nope, you didn't get the. Oh, jeez Louise.
Oh, fatty.
Stop.
You should just let him find it.
There we go. Gosh. Patience, young Padawan.
Those in the audience cannot hear. The other lizard is freaking out because he wants his.
It's down there. Hey, wait, it's down there. No, what? No lizards were injured in the making of this, I promise. Stop.
Although some are missing their IQs.
Damn it. Here, look. Get him! Get him, motherfucker. There we go. Yes!
It is encouraged to go Samuel L. Jackson on your lizards when they refuse to eat.
Well, cool. You did that. Oh. He's so funny.
Sassy fellow.
Alrighty. Yeah, he's spunky. Sometimes he likes being held, sometimes not. So, if they don't have calcium on their food, they get this thing called metabolic bone disease, which I mentioned prior to this whole ordeal, and it's really bad. Their bones get all brittle, and they'll even break. Ooh, this one's freshly molted.
So this is my beautiful, beautiful pink-toed tarantula Winry. Now Winry is native to Brazil, which means that I have to keep the climate in her tank the same climate as Brazil, which means hot and humid. So, 80 degrees in the tank, I have to put heating pads and heating rock in there to kind of make it nice and warm, not too hot, but nice and warm, and humidity. So I have to add water dishes, and I have to spray the tank every once in a while just to kind of keep the humidity up. Winry likes to eat crickets. She ate one today, that's why I'm not holding her. And they are an orbital species, which means they like to make their webs in trees. Now she has a lot of climbing instruments in there because she loves to climb. She has a little fig tree, and she likes to make her web in, which means front-facing enclosure is a must. You don't want to destroy their web. My goal with this documentary/mockumentary was to bring awareness to exotic animals. So even though they can seem scary and dangerous, I can assure you that given the proper care and attention, like Jax and my spider Winry, they can be really lovable and sweet pets. Now, Joker came from a home where he was ignored, and I got him recently when he was a little bit skinnier. He's since being in my care, he's gained a tremendous amount of weight, and slowly but surely we're going to get to the point where we can actually handle him. But that just goes to show that someone who's not used to love and attention is going to be hesitant to receive it. So with that being said, if you're going to get an exotic animal, just do a lot of research beforehand.